All right, let's go out to Welcome to Miami and talk to Tony. What's up, Tony?
Hi, how's it going, John?
What's up, T-Money? I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm doing well.
Excellent. What's up?
Hey, got a question. I'm in a construction business with my dad and my brother.
Okay.
My brother's 32. I'm 25. I just had we just had a kid in November, and
Congrats.
thank you. And I'm trying to figure out kind of the next step in my life with the business. I've worked with Dad my whole life. I enjoy the work we do, but I don't see. He's always said that he wants to give the company over, but I still feel like I'm 15, and I don't know.
Those are two different things, brother.
Him.
Those are two different things.
Okay.
Okay. There's the business side, the succession side, the transition side, and then there's the I'm sick and tired of being treated like a child. I'm sick of going to work every day thinking I'm going to disappoint my dad.
Yeah.
Right? Or he talks to you like you're stupid. Fair enough?
Yeah.
I hate that for you, man.
Yeah.
I hate that. Have you talked to him about it? Probably not. That's a hard conversation to have.
I've tried. It hasn't I haven't gotten too far with it.
Yeah.
It kind of usually ends up in an argument between us.
Okay. You're not going to like my answer. I think you probably got to go get another job. Because ultimately, you're going to lose your relationship with your father over a construction business, and that relationship's not worth it. And he's not going to change.
Afraid of.
I don't see another path forward unless I'm missing something. Is your brother experiencing the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a lot of frustrations with that.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't hear us. We are foremen out on the construction site, and there's a lot of things we see that are lacking. And when we bring them to his attention, he says that he's been in the business longer than we ever have, and that he knows best. Yeah, and it gets pretty. I feel like I'm disrespecting him or letting him down if I leave the company.
But you disrespect him and let him down in his eyes every time you tell him ways that you can do your job better.
Yeah.
You're not a foreman. You're a glorified secretary. Right? He wants you just to count heads. He doesn't care what you think. He doesn't care after you're on site what actually should be going on or ways you could make the company more money or streamline things or have better customer service. He doesn't care what you have to say. You're an admin, dude. And then he wraps it up with, look at this big, beautiful family we have. Look at this big, beautiful business that I'm building for my family. And he wraps up in a bunch of family talk. And then that's just a noose around your neck, right?
Yeah.
And if you try to help out this big family business, you're betraying him. You're shaming him. How in the world could his little baby boy, his child, know more than he does? I would say, well, you trained him and taught him. God, I would, like when I'm hunting with my son, my son's 13. When he comes back and says, hey, Dad, don't go over that hill, go around this ridge. I love that. His eyes work better than mine. He's got sharp little eagle eyes because he's a kid. But your dad somehow hears that as a threat, as a shame. And so he wants his cake and he wants to eat it too.
How would I go forward in that with him? What would be the way of that I could do it? I mean, for me, I've given everything I have to this company, and I'm in my heart. I know I can walk away from it in that aspect, content knowing that I gave everything I have. And
yeah,
but how do I go forward in that? I don't know how to approach him that he doesn't blow up on me.
Well, I think there's two sides to this. Number one, you got to get out of your head that you can control him at all. You can't. The only person you can control here is you. your thoughts and your actions. And I think it's noble and I think it's right to treat your parents with dignity and respect, even if they don't deserve it. And that doesn't mean I'm going to stay with them forever. That doesn't mean I'm just going to be abused. No, dignity and respect means I'm going to sit down and I'm going to treat you with character, with dignity. You can respond like a child. The way I would phrase what you're going through is, hey, Dad, I need to have a hard conversation with you. And it's going to be hard, and it's going to be one of those things that in the past has ended up in a argument, and I don't want to argue with you. I respect you too much. Can you let me know when you got some free time? Let's do it right now. No, now's not a good time. Can we set up like on a Saturday morning or something like that, Sunday morning? And I would go about it that way. And then my conversation with him, your heart's going to be beating out of your chest. You're going to be nervous.
Yeah.
But I would let him know, hey, Dad, I have reached a point where I'm struggling being both your son and your foreman. And so I'm not willing to lose my relationship with my dad. I want you to be a granddad to my kids. I want you to be a part of my life. And I'm struggling to hold both of these things. And so I think the best thing for me to do over the next few months is to find a new job so that you can go back to just being my dad and just being a granddad to our new baby. And what you've done in that situation is you've made it all about you. If he asks you, well, then you can tell him, well, what do you mean? What would have to change? What do you mean? Yeah, it's hard for me. Because at work, you talk to me in a certain way that you wouldn't talk to me as your son. I want to be a foreman where when I say, hey, we need to do this, this, and this, that the supervisor who hired me lets me do my job. But only answer those questions if he invites it. And it'd be even better if your brother came with you. But he's probably next in line to be the CEO, and he's probably not going to do that, is he?
Yeah.
That's the only avenue forward I can see. And your dad may hit the roof. He may, and at that point you'd be like, hey man, I'm gonna head out. How dare you? I'm gonna head out, man. You're a 25-year-old man. You don't have to sit there and listen to somebody yell and scream at you, treat you like you're 5, because you're not. You're a grown man. You have a child. You have a job. Obviously, you're very talented in what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how's all that setting in with you? Because you knew I was going to say this before you even called, right?
That's what my wife is telling me.
Would she be happy with you getting a new job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I feel so pulled to be here. I don't know.
I can tell you exactly why. Because it's been your job to take care of your old man your whole life. When he gets pissed off, I guarantee you he says, look what you made me do. Or if you had just done this, this, and this, then I wouldn't have had to fill in the blank. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yep. That was never your job. That was his job. So in a weird way, you've been parenting him his whole the whole time you've been alive. It's been your job. Don't do that. Dad's going to get mad. You better make sure you get those grades. Dad's going to get pissed. You better be there earlier. Dad's going to get... That's been your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And so it feels like you're abandoning a child. Because that's what you've been doing your whole life. You've been taking care of his sensitive little emotions, his childish emotions. And by the way, if he was on the phone with me right now, I would tell him, shame on you. It's never your child's job to make you feel okay. It was his job to train a 25-year-old and a 34-year-old or 32-year-old, however old your brother's, into the men who can run this company and to trust them and to take care of them. He didn't do that. He has a fantasy on one hand about this big family business, which is noble and awesome. And he's got this other emotional deficiency, which is his boys responsibility to make sure he looks good. And it's not. It's not. So, dude, when you start to pull away, your body's going to fight you. Because your body's like, dude, if we leave, he implodes. That's on him. That's on him. You got to do what's best for your family, what's best for you, and quite honestly, what's best for your relationship with your dad. And it sounds like right now, you're starting to resent him. Every time he calls you and yelling, every time he texts you really hot, you're like, oh, you got some skills. People are probably reaching out to you. Man, I'd love for if you come run my fill in the blank. Whew. I think it's worth the final conversation. But I think it's good setting it up on the front end. Hey, this is going to be hard. And I'm not interested in arguing with you. I'm just coming at you man to man, father to son. Can we have an adult conversation? Yeah, sure, son. Let's go at it that way. I'm proud of you, brother. And man, maybe he's like, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't do this right. Maybe it all changes. Probably not, but maybe. And like I said, all this is even more helped if your brother comes with you. Maybe run it by him first. Whew. Proud of you, man. Hard stuff. Congratulations on that new baby. Call anytime, brother. I'm with you.